Hi, today's just going to be a short video because I really have a lot to work on at the moment. I've got a big documentary project coming up in about 10 days, which is about 5G. I'd like to upload and share some of that with the public in future, but now I really have to focus on that. So I'm really just doing a video today to kind of meet my personal quota of doing one video every week. And of course the topic is going to be nCoV, which is, what's that been renamed to? COVID, that's right, COVID-19. And I don't know how everything is going in the rest of the world, but at the moment, Australia is no longer talking about coronavirus. We haven't had any new cases. We had 15 and apparently 5 of those have recovered. But for the past 2 weeks, there really haven't been any changes in Australia. And no one's been talking about it because we've had some really horrendous weather here. Like we're talking hurricane kind of weather, which is also why I'm not in my usual filming spot at the moment, because my bedroom got flooded. So I've had to relocate the production to a new room. I noticed this happened kind of last time with the bushfires. So when we had bushfires here, we were hit by massive streams of rain, and then after that everybody seemed to forget that the bushfires were actually still going. And I kind of joked about this, calling it amnesia rain, but it seems like the amnesia rain has struck again. This time the amnesia rain is distracting us from COVID, because this is actually still spreading. And in the past 2 days, I was seeing the biggest spike in cases. I think it went up by about 14,000 overnight, which obviously is not natural. So I suppose what has happened there is, they've managed to test a whole bunch of new people, and they've come back as positive. So it's still spreading, and it's still mostly in China, and also the Diamond Princess. A lot of the passengers there are being affected, but in Australia, nothing. Now, from sources I've heard that there are a couple of people walking around in the streets with masks, and some of the places like Asian markets and all that are usually busy are not so busy at the moment. But slowly people are starting to creep back to their normal ways. And even though coronavirus is not under control, and even though there hasn't been another case confirmed yet in Australia, first of all, we're starting to find out that we can't trust the statistics of governments or of the mainstream media. And I can just imagine that if we kept confirming cases here, people would start to panic. So I'm not actually sure whether it's a case of nobody is contracting coronavirus in Australia. It could be a matter of people are contracting coronavirus and they're just keeping quiet because they don't want people to freak out. Obviously, because we're a continent, so there's really, no way off, no way out of here. nCoV, the COVID, is kind of a difficult story to talk about at the moment, because first of all, everybody's talking about the same stuff, because this is the only information we really have access to, and also it's an ongoing situation. We haven't seen an end to any of this yet. We haven't come up with a vaccine or whatever. We're just seeing people either recovering or dying. And at this point in time, let's say if we're going off the official results from outbreak.cc, roughly 1 in 7 people who contract the coronavirus who end up having it seriously, they die. And the way in which I've come up with that statistic is that you look at the number of people who have recovered versus the number of deaths, and if you lump them all together into cases that have seen an outcome from the illness, then roughly 1 in 7 people are dying. So that's why I think it's strange that the fatality rate is actually so low. I'm not actually sure where they're drawing their percentages from. Is that a percentage of people who actually contract the virus die? Because the numbers that they're balling at the moment is way too small. So just to recap, China right now, things are spreading very quickly, and it's still going on, and a lot of the country is still in lockdown. Other places, I think in London, there was a new confirmed case. But over here in Australia, we've had nothing. And while people would think that that's a good thing, actually it's kind of worrying. Because at this point in time, we can't tell the difference between no cases and not being told that there are cases. It could be passing through like Caucasian Australians who aren't showing symptoms and not know it. So just stay aware and have a nice day. That was a terrible way to end. I'm sorry. I'm really trying to get... because I'm a terrible procrastinator, and the only way that I can attack projects is if I'm doing like 15 things at a time. So I thought I would start this video while I'm working on my big project about 5G. So without further ado, I've run out of things to talk about because I don't use a prompt. I just talk out of my ass. So thank you very much. Hopefully next week we have some more substantial data to talk about. But right now we're still in the dark. So thank you very much. My name's Cass, and have a nice day.